This is Border Crossings. I'm Larry London, and today we will shine the Border Crossing spotlight on Irish singer-songwriter Gavin James. The winner of the 2016 Choice Music Prize for Irish Song of the Year, Gavin James is currently on tour for his latest CD, Only Ticket Home. Singing since age 8, Gavin James says it's time for another ginger in music, referring to the recent success of Ed Sheeran. His smash hit Say Hello off his debut CD, Bitter Pill, propelled Gavin into another level of fame. His music has sold over 250 million streams, and he's toured with Sam Smith as well as others. Today, Gavin James joins us to perform his new release called Always off his latest CD, Only Ticket Home. This is Border Crossings. Hi, I'm Border Crossings host Larry London. We welcome you to our program today. And in our studios, on tour right now for his upcoming brand new sophomore album, Gavin James, who is a multi-platinum award-winning artist, a singer-songwriter, and a funny guy, too. We welcome Gavin James to our studios.
Hey, man, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me on. I'm good. All good.
Now, you just got off the plane from the West Coast and from Coachella, and here you are on the East Coast. What was it like playing at Coachella? That's the ultimate festival.
It was amazing, man. I was really happy it was in a tent, though, because like it was so hot. It was like I've never experienced the heat like that before in my whole life, and I'm ginger. I'm like super ginger, and I got like factor 100. So I was fine. So I'm still pale. I'm still super pale.
Now,
it was great.
They were, I mean, all of the great art. Eminem was there, and
I
Beyonce.
missed everybody.
And you're still going back for more.
I was so annoyed. Hopefully I can see everybody this time, because I was played on Friday, and then I came home Friday night. So I was a bit annoyed. I'd love to see Beyonce, because everybody's talking about Beyonce.
Now, you have toured the United States extensively.
Yeah.
This is your second album that's coming up.
Yeah.
Now, I asked you off air when it's coming out.
Oh, like in between August and October, so September.
All right. September.
So,
we'll do the math.
Yeah, it's like a sandwich.
No, that's great. So tell me about the new album. I'm very excited to hear about the new album.
The new one, the first album is always the easiest. I was, because obviously the first album is like the whole of your career up to that point, and then all the songs. I had so many songs to pick from, like 50-ish songs.
Right. Bitter
Pill.
Pill.
Bitter Pill was the first one, but the second one kind of came, like, I wrote pretty much most of the songs in January, and recorded them in January and in February and in March. So like it was, I already had like maybe 4 songs that I was happy with before that, and then 20 songs that I was like, meh. I was like, maybe a B-side, but probably not. But all of it was written kind of off the cuff in January, and I was just really happy with it.
And it's called Only Ticket Home.
Only Ticket Home, yeah.
What made you go with that title?
I've been away for so long. I'm away since I was 21, I think. I'm 26 now, so I've been like constantly over here and in Europe and on the road, like just doing the grind for like 5 years.
What's been the highlight so far in the last few years you've been here?
Been a few. The one back home, I did a gig in Dublin, and it was the first arena gig I ever did, and that was at Christmas, and that was absolutely crazy, because it was like 16,000. I was like, oh my God, because I played gigs down the road from that place, and it was really strange, because all the people that I used to play gigs for, like my managers and all that worked in the pubs, came to the gig, and I was like, oh, this is a bit mad, and it didn't hit me at all. And my dad got me a $5, because I went to a show in this venue in Dublin when I was 14 with my dad, and I was like, Dad, I'm going to be playing on that stage next year. I bet you a $5. And he gave me a $5 at the sound check and the thing. But it's like 10 years later.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was great.
And now 250 million streams on Spotify, and you just continue to rack up the streams and the awards. And so it's kind of old hat. You're a young guy, and it's just
it's
another day of music.
Everything's good. Everything's great. We're watching DC. Gonna get some chili after this. It's gonna be great.
Is it this first time in DC, or?
I've been here a couple of times actually. I have never had a chance to kind of go around. So I think today is the only chance I'm ever going to get to actually see everything.
So what's the biggest adjustment you had to make coming from Dublin to America?
Slowing down my speaking, and just slowing down my speaking really, because I talk quite fast most of the time. But over time, this is still pretty fast, but over time it's slowed down quite a bit. So thank God.
And you're a young guy, but yet you're influenced by a lot of older artists. Like the last album, you had a lot of influence from Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, I love all that. So I grew up, my mom and dad listened to Bob Dylan, Cat Stevens, Frank Sinatra. And then the second I heard Bob Dylan, I was into like Slipknot and Korn and Metallica and heavy metal stuff. And then I heard Bob Dylan, I was like, oh, okay. this is what songs are like. This is a good song.
And your grandfather was a whistler?
Really weird. Like my grandfather, he was a comedian and a whistler. So
how do you comedian whistler?
It's so strange. He was amazing though. He was so good. He used to do shows. He did the Late Late Show of Ireland. He was asked to come over to the States when he was like 30, but he had like so many kids, like all the kids in the world, Irish family. So he just never ended up doing it. But he did so well in Ireland. He was really, really popular, and he did a lot of funny things. He did a gig in a place called the Olympia Theatre, which has like the Queen's boxes, like the boxes that go up the side, like it would be like Radio City or something like that. But in New York, so they kind of he pretended to be drunk on like in the crowd, like a heckler, and I think it was either somebody very famous was there. I think it was the guy out Guys and Dolls. It's the guy out Guys and Dolls. One of some of them guys anyway. It was all like
some of those guys,
mates of Frank Sinatra. All them kind of people came over to Dublin, and he ended up saying like, he was just giving out some saying, "You guys are terrible, you guys are terrible," and he was all part of the act. And he had his suspenders on and everything, and he fell off the second story, and he fell off purposely, and he fell backwards, and he grabbed onto the curtain, and he slid down the curtain, and he landed on stage, and he's like, "Oh, what was that? What was that?" But he was a very funny man. He was amazing. So I missed out on most of them because my brother and sister are much older than me. So I kind of my sister's a singer too, so she always talked to him. But
did she join you on stage ever?
She sang a lot on the first album, and anytime I get a chance, she comes on stage. So if she's ever over here, she's coming over to Brazil to meet me next month. So probably bring her up on stage there.
Well, we're so thrilled to have you in the studio and ask if you'd do a song for us.
Sure.
We got you here live. The guitar's with you, so we might as well enjoy some music from Gavin James. What are you going to do for us?
This song is actually from the first record. It's called Nervous.
Nervous. That's a big hit.
Yeah. I hope so.
You hope so.
Yeah, there we go. There's a DJ version too. This is not so fast. There we go. This is sad. Here we go. I promise that I'll hold you when it's cold out, when we lose our winter coats in the spring. 'Cause lately I was thinking I never told you that every time I see you my heart sings. 'Cause we lived at the carnival in summer, scared ourselves to death on a ghost train, and just like every Ferris wheel stops turning, oh, I guess we had an expiration date. So I won't say I love you, it's too late. And ooh, and ooh, every time I saw you, I got nervous, shivering and shaking at the knees. Just like every song I haven't heard yet. No, I didn't know the words in front of me, in front of me. And oh, but I don't wanna who'll take you home, home? Who'll take you home, home? Who'll take you home and home? If I let you go home. Ooh, now that you're on someone else's shoulders, the winter winds are colder on my own. Maybe we will meet when we get older, maybe we won't. So I won't say I love you if you don't. No, you don't. say I love you if you don't.
Wow. Wow. Oh my, the hair on my back of my neck stand up. That's fantastic.
Thanks very much.
I love that version.
Thanks, man.
That is awesome. We should release that.
Thanks. Yeah,
that's awesome. We got Gavin James in our studio on tour promoting a new single from the upcoming new album. This is the first single, Always.
This is the first single, yeah. So it's called Always.
No, tell me about it. I want to know all about this song because you write a lot of songs about your own personal experiences.
Yeah.
And so, like the last song, Nervous, comes from your past. Now, what about this next song, Always?
Well, this one is about this was pretty much the first song. I wrote another song 6 months ago that came out, and then this for me this is like the album starter of the thing. It's called Always, and it's I wrote it really quickly because it's only 4 chords like the whole time. So I was trying to write a song like Oh Wait, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls is just like
right.
It's exactly the same the whole time. I love that. I love that. It's really hard to do that.
Keep it easy.
And I had never done one like that before, so I was like, I'm gonna try to do literally 4 chords, Beatles, just do it like that. And I tried this, and then it ended up working out. So, but I wrote it about because I always try to be very honest with the lyrics, particularly the lyrics that I write. And I wrote it about. I'm still with the girl that I'm seeing now, thank God. But I went away like 2 years ago when we just started seeing each other, and I kind of left it, and then I got back, and I was like, no. Let's definitely get back together. So I made a terrible decision of breaking it off with somebody that I never should have. And then because I've traveled so much, I never ever had somebody like that before my whole life. So it was about that, and it was about just having somebody in your head and being like, I totally screwed up, and then I'm gonna write a song about it and be real sad about it.
And what does she think about the song?
Oh, she loves it. Yeah, she's chuffed.
She better love it.
I told her I was like, I have to leave the end of it really sad because if it gets really happy at the end, it's just gonna be weird. So like, I'm not gonna put any minors in it or majors in it. So like, just leave it sad. But
Well, I'm excited to hear this is a worldwide premiere for the brand new single.
Sweet.
So we've got Gavin James. This is called Always.
Sweet. What am I supposed to do without you? Is it too late to pick the pieces up? It's too soon to let them go. Do you feel damaged just like I do? Your face, it makes my body ache. It won't leave me alone. And this feels like drowning, trouble, sleeping, restless, dreaming. You're in my head, always, always. I just got scared, away. I'd rather choke on my bad decisions than just carry them to my grave. You're in my head, always, always, always. The cracks won't fix and scars won't fade away. I guess I should get used to this. The left side of my bed's an empty space, and I remember we were strangers. So tell me, what's the difference between then and now? And why does this feel like drowning, trouble, sleeping, restless, dreaming? You're in my head, always, always. I just got scared, away. I'd rather choke on my bad decisions than just carry them to my grave. You're in my head, always, always. Always, You're in my head, always, always. I just got scared. Away, away. I know there's nothing left to cling to, but I'm still calling out your name. You're in my head, always, always, always. And always. And always, always, always.
Yes, that's amazing. That's a great song.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
I love that. Always, the name of the new single from the upcoming album. And so, Gavin James, I mean, where do you get your inspiration? You have such a powerful voice, such a wonderful voice.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Yeah, it's just kind of pub gigs, years of pub gigs, and then I just kind of grinded it out more or less for years, and then yeah.
And you started this when you were 8.
Yeah, I started playing the tin whistle when I was 8. I started playing Enter Sandman on the tin whistle when I was 8. And my mum and dad were kind of like, we should probably get my guitar. So I got the guitar, and then I started playing. I never really thought I was a singer at all for the whole time, and then I pretty much learned the guitar, and I had my hair down to my butt, like crazy long hair, and it looked like I tried to do the Robert Plant thing because I'm ginger, so I was trying to do the whole massive Robert Plant thing, but I just looked like crazy. I looked like a goldfish. But it was really weird. I had to tie it back in school and all, so every time I'd walk back like by a classroom, it was just like up in the air, it's like giant goldfish head. But anyway, it's so I kind of did that, and then I started doing busking in town in Dublin, and I went on the streets and then played on the streets, and then did that, and that really always helps kind of grow your voice a bit, I suppose. And then just listening to everybody over here. Really.
Off the air, we were talking. The world needs more gingers in music, right? We need more gingers.
Why not? Sure.
That's right.
We got Rick Astley.
That's it. Ed Sheeran. And now it's time for you. And I mean, how does it feel when you're labeled one to watch? I mean, you got that label from some prestigious magazines and publications in the industry, and they called you one to watch.
If it was from any other publication, it'd be kind of creepy. But like, yeah, it's good. It's great, I suppose. I never really I just kind of do what I think is best, I suppose. And then if anything happens from it, it's great. Once to watch it's never been like it never blew up for me in any certain territories when it was a one to watch. So all the territories that I like Holland and Ireland and stuff, we had to gig for years and then build it up from the ground up. So the ones to watch is definitely a great thing, but it's always good.
And getting all these awards that you've gotten too.
It's grand, yeah.
And that's the first album. Now, I mean, there must be pressure on you for the second album. How do you follow up the mega huge album, debut album?
That's a good pressure. It's good.
It's good pressure.
Pressure's always good. I like pressure. It's good to work under pressure. It's nice.
Do you have favorite places you like to perform around the world?
I do. I have. I love Dublin's fun. Dublin's great. It's one of my favorite. And just in general, the crowds are crazy. They just scream. And they just amazing. Like they heckle, but they're really nice heckles. So they'd be like, "You're doing great, man. You're doing so well. Congratulations." Like really nice, like friendly heckles. Like or like they say, "Oh, do you know Anto? Anto he grew up down the road from you. He's over there. Say hi to Anto." But they're so nice. But and Holland is so different. Like Holland's a place that I go as well, and it's just anywhere. The further into Europe you get, the quieter and most lovely the crowd is, and they're so nice, and they just stand there like this and just listen. It's great. But I love all them gigs, but I think the favorite is probably Dublin. Yeah, Dublin's
of course, going back home. Now, you've played the big. I mean, Coachella, huge crowds.
Yeah.
You play all the festivals with the thousands and thousands. You play the smaller venues. Do you have a preference? I mean, it's got to be a different feel, a different vibe when you're playing to a smaller crowd.
The smaller ones are more nerve-wracking, I think. Yeah, because the festivals you can just rock on, go on and just do the song. You can say Coachella, and everyone's like, yeah, they scream. Right? They're not gonna not scream. So like, definitely. But you can't be like, this song, guys, this song, everybody, this song's about this, and this song's about that. But the smaller gigs, like everybody's just super quiet and intimate and really nice. And I usually go into whenever I'm nervous, I just go into massively long 20-minute talk about just funny things that I think are funny, and hopefully they do too. But I tend to half and half the gig, like comedy and music.
Did you tell him the Britney Spears song story?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. The Britney Spears one was terrible. I nearly died. Yes. Oh yeah, but we actually talk about this off the air, didn't we?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So
Yes.
people listening at home,
Catch up.
So,
Time to catch up, audience.
So yeah, if you ever, I hope there's not a video of me. I'm sure there.
We're going to try and find this B-roll clip.
If you know, I think it's called Fat Cats in New York. If they have anybody, but yeah, but pretty much I tried the Britney Spears chair thing, or you can call it the Backstreet Boys chair thing as well. I suppose they do too.
Anybody's chair thing.
Anybody does it. Yeah. So I did it, and I was dancing, and I sat on the chair, and the chair just wasn't there anymore. So then I fell, and somebody fell on top of me, and then I nearly broke my leg, but I was fine because that was fine. In the morning, it hurt.
The important thing to mention was the chair was on top of a table.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's just a stupid idea. Like I'm already very top heavy. You see the size of my head; it's huge. Like
now, tell me about the. I mean, you were connected to anti-bullying.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that. Were you bullied as a child?
I had a really tough time when I was younger. Like when I was from the age of like 5 to 13, kind of, and then I kind of found music, and I didn't really mind too much anymore, and I just became a little funnier than the people that were giving me a hard time, and bigger as well. I grew like
and richer and more famous.
I grew like 3 feet in like a summer, so everybody's like, "Oh, hi, Gav." So it's fine. But yeah, no, I had a really tough time, and I've got lots of nieces and nephews, so I always kind of tell them like, if you ever have a tough time at school, come tell me about it, and then also just there's always an end to it as well. I had a really rough time at school, and eventually I left school, and then now I'm kind of miss school. You know, when you leave school, you're like, not miss school, but you kind of like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to go back to school and like
right. Talk to the kids,
like everybody does. But I did stuff in London with the Diana Award, and they really look after the kids, and they're so involved with their lives with people that have bullying issues and stuff. But it's such a terrible thing. It's bad in Dublin as well. It's bad everywhere. But I just did it mostly because my nieces and nephews are like out of the age. My niece is like 13 now, and like just it's such a bad thing to go through, and it takes you so long to get your confidence back.
Right.
Like it took me until I was like 19 or 20 to kind of become fully like confident and like not be worried about saying things and all this kind of stuff, and then just feeling comfortable just because people just put you down so much when you're younger. Yeah, it's a terrible thing to deal with, but then it's always over. There's always an end to it, so it's always fine. And kids are kids. That's the thing.
Right.
So like when you're in school, like the kids, you never know what's going on in their lives as well. So like, and I met a lot. I've met pretty much everybody who gave me a tough time in school. They've come to gigs, and they've like asked for a guest list, and like, but I give it to them.
You do?
Yeah, of course. But then you meet them afterwards and just normal, lovely guys, and it's like something that would weigh.
Like it never happened, huh?
Yeah, but they always say it. They'd always be like, but they
remember the time.
People would never know. They never know. I've only ever said it to one, and I so over it now. I'm 26.
Right. Well, it's great that you can give a voice to that because it's been going on for so long.
It's such a bad
and
thing,
a lot of famous people are speaking out about very sensitive social issues that 10, 20 years ago people wouldn't talk about. Yeah. But now you can. Have you written any songs about?
I wrote one song called 22 about it. So that was one I got my mate to do the video for it as well, and it was like so on point. I was like, oh my god. He put like a ginger kid in the video. Right. I was like, dude, come on, you're killing me here. Like, don't do that. And it ended up being, it was really good. He did a great job on it. But yeah, I wrote that song about that. It was the only song I ever wrote about it. And I never would have even thought of writing about it. And when I did write about it, I felt great. I was just like, oh, cool. Off my chest a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, it's something that I never, ever think about anymore, thank God.
Until somebody like me brings it up.
Yeah, I know, it's good. Like I love talking about it because if anybody else goes through it at all, it's always good to know that. Especially if anybody's a little different, people are going to point that out. Like I was a big ginger.
We're all different.
You know, we're all different. Everybody's different. So
Gavin James is in our studios on tour to promote the upcoming album, Only Ticket Home. We're going to ask if you do another song for us. I mean, what a thrill it is to have you here. Thank you so much for doing this. I mean, really, to fly from Coachella here to be on the show and then fly back to perform at Coachella again. We thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on, dude.
No, you sound great. What a pleasure to meet you. When the album comes out, would you come back?
I will definitely come back. I think I'm actually coming back in between the months of August and October.
Well, we're going to save a show for you.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. I'll bring the band.
Yes, that would be cool.
I'll bring a little band. A little smaller. But here we go. This is Hearts on Fire, and Hearts on Fire. Here we go. This is tuning actually, but
no problem.
Now it's in tuner. Strangers in my head, they keep making me forget where I came from, where I came from. Oh, there's a madness in our eyes. We're too blind to realize just what we've done, just what we've done. I feel it taking a hold. I feel a rush in my bones for you. I think we're caught in a fight. Can we make it alright? With all these shadows on our lives, how can we take it back? And how can we love with our hearts on fire? Is this enough? Are we just burning ashes to dust like a funeral pyre? Can we love with our hearts on fire? It's usually like, hey, Washington, D.C. Yeah. So long between the sheets, down on these dirty streets, I lost my soul. I lost my soul. Such a losing game again, between angels and demons, and I feel cold. I feel cold. 'Cause I think we're caught in a fight. Can we make it alright? With all these shadows on our backs, how can we take it back? Oh, how can we love with our hearts on fire? Is this enough? Are we just burning ashes to dust running through the wire? Can we love with our hearts on fire? Oh, how can we love with our hearts on fire? Is this enough? Are we just burning ashes to dust running through the wires? Can we love with our hearts on fire? How can we talk when the words just won't come out? Too scared to open up our mouths. Will we walk as the flames get higher? How can we love with our hearts on fire? Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Yes, yes. They're standing around the world right now. You're getting a standing ovation in Japan and in Nigeria.
I was such a habit of doing that at the end of that song. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, thank you.
I was like, wait a minute, we're doing an interview. Why did they say thank you very much?
Gavin James is in our studios, and Only Take It Home is the album. Where can people get the album when it comes out in a few months?
Everywhere, Spotify, Apple Music, all over the place. Yeah, I'm gonna
Your
have
websites?
in the shops. Yeah, so if you Google Gavin James, the first ginger person to come up is usually me. So get that guy, and then yeah,
Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook is facebook.com/Gavin James Music, and then at Gavin James is on Twitter, and then at Gavin James Live is Instagram.
Well, congratulations on all the success.
Cheers for having me, dude. Thanks.
You are a pleasure to have on, and I can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, man. I'll see you in between the months of August.
Thank
and
you
October.
so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks so much,
Congratulations, Gavin James. Only Ticket Home. My name's Larry London, and you're tuned to Border Crossings.